Hello, it is March 13th, and I did a couple of things that I'm going to show right now so I don't forget, like usual, what I did. Here's where we're at. Let's see. Impatiens are doing nothing. That's the one that had the bag that had 99% other byproduct and 1% seeds. So nothing. It's been over a week, but I tend to get slow germination rates. Then we have Snapdragon. I'm trying to put those out in the sun as well. I've got a few little seedlings happening. 1, 2. They're coming. 3. I think that's all, but I'm putting them in the sun, so hopefully I think that's been pushing them a little bit better. Again, slow germination rate. Peas, 100% from mine that I saved. I love that. Makes me happy. I have a couple. I did 3 in each of these. Orange Hats and red cherry tomatoes are coming up. Orange Hat's like a little dwarf tomato plant, so I can put that in a container. So I'm happy with those. And then Woolly Kate was another one that I did at the same time as those two that sprouted. But those were free seeds from Baker Creek, and I don't know if they're free because they were old or I don't know, germination rate was low and that's why they're free. Who knows why they choose the ones they give out for free. But then I have all these 3 varieties. I'll come back and show you when they sprout what those are. Those I planted later. Gomphrena back there. There's a few sprouts in that one cell on the left, but nothing else yet. So that's weird. It's weird, but they're coming. Never grown Gomphrena. Petunias, again, slow germination rate, but I've got a few. 1, 2. I thought there was another one over here. 3, and then more over here. 4, 5, another one back there. So 6. Those are coming. Happy day. Snapdragons. I cut back yesterday ones that are on top of each other. So if they were far apart in the cell, I actually kept 2 to see if I could separate them when I transplant them. So those did well. Sweet peas are coming. The ones that I replanted are all starting to come up. Those are seeds that I saved, the short ones. And then we come up to this level. Calendula doing phenomenal. Pretty, I would say 99% germination on that. The broccoli, I cut those back, so now there's 2 in a cell. Actually, that one looks like there's, nope, that's part of the same, sorry. Poppies, and what else I do? Oh, the columbine in here. I just did those. And these columbine, I did 1 in the center, 2 violas left. But I took out the soil for those that did not germinate, and I redid the soil. Then I took the columbine that I cold stratified. This one back here is one that sprouted in the bag. And then the rest hadn't yet. It's been at least 2 weeks, it seems. So I was just said, well, I'll put them in soil and see if they'll germinate in that. So all of these in the back have 2, 1 in the corner, and then all of them have 1 in the center. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 have 1 in the corner and then centered, because I figure if they both germinate and sprout, then I can try and separate them. Poppies, there were only 3 seeds left from those. There's 2 back here that sprouted in the bag. There were 3 seeds left. I put them in there. They seemed really soft. So I don't know what that means, if they'll sprout or not. So we're going to give them another go in soil to sprout. All the onions are doing fantastic. I've got to look to see when I start chopping them. I don't know if I chop bunching onions, but the torpedo onions, I don't know about how tall they are right now. Maybe 6 inches. I think Once they start getting taller than that, then you give them haircuts. Pansies, same thing that I did with the snapdragons down there. If there were 2 to a cell, I kept a second. Even if they're next to each other, I'm gonna try and separate them. And those did okay. Not 100% germination, but pretty close. And then these are the yarrow that all sprouted in the bag. So yarrow, all of them sprouted pretty much. So I have 12 here, and then down here I've got that one, and there's about 14 to 16 in there. Daisy, same thing. I only kept a few of the sprouts because I have this one full. So African daisy has only been about a week, so nothing popping there. Jalapenos, hallelujah, those are coming up. I cut back a mammy, so there's 2 in that cell. And then the Brandywine, only 1 came up, well, 2 came up in that one spot, and I cut 1 back yesterday, but I had planted 1 in each corner, I thought. But only 1 came up. That's okay, I'll keep it for myself. The coneflowers popping, and then no sweet peppers yet. Strawberries, what you see about 5 there. So that's exciting. I have a couple in the freezer, cold stratifying. I'll take those out this weekend and try and plant those. But I think that's, the spinach, which I cut those down to 1 yesterday also. I'm thinking, and the lettuce, I tossed the 6, I think it was 6 that didn't germinate. There were 6 or 8 that didn't germinate of other varieties of lettuce. So those are done. I'm gonna throw those bags of seeds away. Nothing happened with them. Unless maybe I'll try and direct sow. A few more lettuce outside when I clean up the raised beds. That, maybe this weekend I will do a little outside tour and see. I have a ton of not azaleas, hyacinths. I have 5 bulbs that I planted last year in the spring, and they're coming up. And then I have a few others scattered. Now I'm trying to decide what to order for Easter flowers. Do I order more spring bulbs? I haven't decided if I want any lilies. I don't know. I've got time to decide. At least 3-4 weeks, and then I'll decide what I want for spring flowers. If I want to get my Gerber daisies and a begonia, I don't know. I'm trying to buy less plants so that I can grow more from seed and have those for pots, and then buying more perennials. I feel like that makes a lot of sense right now. But I'd like to do an outside tour. It's supposed to rain on Saturday, but be warm. If there's a break in the weather, I might do an outside tour so I can kind of think out loud what I'm gonna plan. I have along the fence line. I want to get out what pails I have for tomatoes, and yeah, I planted, how many varieties of tomatoes did I plant? 1, 2, 8. I planted 8 varieties, or started 8 varieties of tomatoes. I don't have that many pots or pails. A couple of them are dwarfs that I can put in smaller, that are not gigantic 5-gallon pails. We'll see what I'm gonna do. Otherwise, that's a lot to sell, but I would like more for myself, so I might put some directly in the ground that are not the raised beds. If they're in the raised beds, then they tend to die back. I think it's due to the walnut tree that we have, but I have a couple of spots in the ground along the fence that I could probably dig a hole and plant tomatoes. I've done that before. I could do it again. Yeah, so that's where we're at. There's a whole lot of sprouts. I counted over 200 sprouts that have popped up as of yesterday, and I know that there were a couple more today that came up. So got my work cut out. I'm looking forward to it. Enjoy. It's been a lovely spring day. It's supposed to get up into mid-50s yet. It's not even noon, or maybe it is noon by now. And then tomorrow is supposed to be in the mid-60s. I'll be at school all day. Otherwise, I would love to get outside. And then it's supposed to be 60s and rain and gloomy on Saturday. But if, like I said, if there's a break in the rain, in the weather, I am certainly going to make my way outside and do something, because I need to start cleaning up the yard, and that'll take some work. All right, so heading out. Have a good day.